The South African Famine of 1820, Colonial Mismanagement and Drought, written by Sarah Willards, narrated by Judie Heths. Chapter 1. The Setting of Early 19th Century South Africa. In the early 19th century, South Africa was a land marked by contrasts, fertile valleys and arid plains, indigenous traditions, and growing colonial ambition. The region most affected by the famine of 1820 was the Cape Colony, which had come under British control in 1806. This colony served as a strategic resupply point for British ships sailing to and from the East Indies, and it was gradually becoming a hub for European settlement, particularly by the Dutch-descended Boers and British immigrants arriving as part of state-sponsored schemes. These settlers introduced European agricultural practices, often ill-suited to the diverse and unpredictable South African climate. The colony's geography played a significant role in shaping life and livelihoods. Coastal areas received more rainfall and were relatively fertile, while the interior, known as the Karoo and other semi-arid zones, was prone to drought and soil erosion. Farming communities depended heavily on seasonal rainfall to sustain crops such as wheat, maize, and barley, as well as livestock including sheep and cattle. When these rains failed, communities faced immediate and severe consequences, especially in regions where irrigation infrastructure was minimal or non-existent. The social landscape of the Cape was equally complex. Indigenous groups such as the Xhosa, Khoikhoi, and San had long adapted to the challenges of the land through mixed economies of herding, gathering, and small-scale farming. Their interaction with European settlers was often strained, marked by competition over land and water sources, cultural misunderstandings, and colonial policies that marginalized local traditions and governance structures. Economically, the Cape was caught between its colonial obligations and local realities. The British administration imposed trade policies and tax burdens that favored European merchants and landowners, while offering little support to small-scale farmers, indigenous communities, or rural settlers. Markets were often unstable, with supply chains dependent on external imports and susceptible to disruption by war or poor harvests. By 1820, the stage was set for a crisis. The combination of geographic vulnerability, inadequate colonial planning, and a deep disconnect between governing authorities and the people they ruled.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?